The Slenderman is an alleged paranormal mystery figure purported to have been in existence for centuries, covering a large geographic area. Believers in the Slenderman tie his appearance in with many other legends around the world, including like Ferdob, also known as the Dark Man in Scotland, the Dutch Stakeman, also known as the Branchman, and the German legend of Der Groveman or Der Grossman, also known as the Tall Man. The Slender Man is a being male in appearance, who looks like a skeleton with extremely long arms and legs. He also appears to have 4 too long black tentacles that will protrude from his back. Through different photographs, enthusiasts disagree on this fact, and therefore there is the theory that he can contract these tentacles and will be aggressive. He described it as wearing a black suit strangely similar to the visage of the notorious Man in Black, and as the name suggests, appears very thin and able to stretch his limb and torso to inhuman legs, in order to induce fear and ensnare his prey.
Once his arms are outstretched, his victims will be put into an hypnotized state where they will be utterly helpless to stop themselves from walking into him. He is also been able to create tendrils from his fingers and back that he will use to walk in a similar way to Dr. Octopus. The superhuman stretching ability will also be seen as a similarity between himself and Mr. Fantastic. Whether he absorbs skills or merely takes his victims to an undisclosed location or dimension will remain unknown, as there are never any bodies or evidence left behind in his wake to deduce a defined theory. Much of the fascination with the Slenderman is rooted with the overall aura of mystery that he is wrapped in. Despite the fact that it is rumored that he kills children almost exclusively, it is difficult to say whether or not his only objective is slaughter. Oftentimes, he can be seen in locations of woods, and these surroundings tend to be suburban. He has also been reported seen with large groups of children, as many photographs portray. It is commonly thought that he resides in woods and forests and preys on children. He seems unconcerned with being exposed in the daylight, as well that he enjoys stalking people who become very paranoid about his existence. Purposely, he will give them clues of himself in order to further frighten them. For this reason, it seems like Slenderman very much enjoys psychologically threatening his
Slenderman was born in an online forum on the website somethingawful.com during an ongoing discussion entitled Create Paranormal Images. The date was June 10, 2009. The thread began as a contest in which participants were invited to create mysterious or mystery photos, especially images for bogus stories, with the potential to go viral. A pseudonymous forum member uncovered as Victor Sorge entered the fray with a pair of Photoshop images depicting a skeleton looked like faceless specter with half a dozen writhing tentacles in lieu of arms, chasing a group of hapless children on a playground. Gail DeVos, in her book What Happens Next? Contemporary Urban Legends and Popular Culture, explains the Slenderman and Slenderman's theory, recognized as a fictional contemporary urban legend created by Victor Sorge on the Something Awful forums on June 8, 2009. Slenderman has gained prominence beyond the confines of the online forums. He is most often portrayed as a malevolent entity abducting and psychologically traumatizing people after stalking them for a long while.
Eventually, people else began just writing about Slenderman, outside of his original context and surroundings. and other were soon in the tale couldn't be true. Slenderman has been seen on 4chan, YouTube, Wikipedia, and sites called with creepypasta. He's inspired in many legends. There is also a Slenderman Wikia that is quite popular for this skinny skeleton. As he came to sites, Slenderman's story has been expanded. Some people think maybe feasible he is existent. People think his festival is existence. This is known as a mystery cause. It's a nature case. We don't have any clue of his existence. Some said he had multiple tentacles. Some will have gave him a disfigured face. But the stories that really took off were about Slenderman's powers. People must not know about the legend when they created the games that they were of 4chan and Unity, a game you may not have played.
On May 31, 2014, two 12-year-old girls in Waukesha, Wisconsin, allegedly held down and stabbed a 12-year-old classmate 19 times. When questioned later by authorities, they reportedly claimed that they wished to commit a murder as a first step to becoming proxies of the Slenderman. Having read about it online, through the intervention of a passing cyclist, the victims survived the attack. The attackers were charged as adults and are each facing up to 65 years in prison. One of the girls said Slenderman watches her, can read minds, and teleport. On August 1st, 2014, she was found incompetent to start trial, and her persecution was suspended until her condition improved. On November 12, 2014, a doctor judged that her condition had improved enough for her to stand trial. In a statement to the media, Eric Knudsen said, "I'm deeply saddened by the tragedy in Wisconsin and my heart goes out to the families of those affected by the terrible act." He stated he would not be giving interviews on the matter. After watching the story, an an unidentified woman from Hamilton, Ohio, told a WLW-TV reporter her 13-year-old daughter had attacked her with a knife and had written macabre fiction, some involving the Slenderman, who the mother said motivated the attack.